he's just such a successful businessman. There's so many things I can learn from any aspect of his talk. So I think at the end of the day, just being in a room with the guy is pretty energizing.
Well, we know Steve Forbes is a great speaker. He, of course, ran for president. Some people may have forgotten that, and his Forbes magazine, of course, is worldwide. Everybody knows. And John Schlifske, who's the CEO of Northwestern Mutual, has a great message on how people should manage their money and what to do with your resources to make sure you retire in the right manner. Everybody's so worried right now about the economy, my job, am I going to have enough money to retire? What's it going to take? How can I protect my investments from a stock market that goes up and down? And I think he's got a great message to address that issue.
Hey St. Louis, STL TV had an exclusive interview with CEO of Northwestern Mutual and Steve Forbes of Forbes magazine. Here's what we found out from them about the St. Louis economy and what you can do to prepare as an individual and as a business owner.
Well, right now the economy is raring to go, but it's being held back by mistakes that our political leaders have made starting 10 years ago. So this isn't a partisan thing. Both parties share in the blockages. We have an unstable dollar. We have a horrific tax code and tax rates. We have huge uncertainties about things like health care, which are holding back investment. So you put that together with what's happening in the rest of the world, we're still in second gear when we should be going 75 miles an hour. And until we address these things, which I think we will in the next few years, and this economy will be sluggish, and then it's going to take off like a rocket. These things are not a new normal. This is the new abnormal. It's not going to last.
Ever since the 2008-2009 financial crisis and then the economy and the recession, we found that our policy owners and customers have been more unsure about what to do. And we found that they have a lot of questions about their financial future, and we thought one of the best ways to sort of make an outreach is to partner with Forbes, which has been a long-standing business relationship, and go into these cities where we have good client bases and talk to them about what we think they should be doing in this economy. And so basically it's just a chance to talk and in a sort of conversational style about what we think individuals should be doing to create their own financial security when the world seems a little bit more uncertain.
Having a political environment where people can do real things, where you're not just complying and checking off with rules, but expanding a business. For example, in healthcare, why not do in healthcare what we do with food? Have real free markets, so you turn scarcity into abundance. Have a more effective safety net than we have today, where you just go to the emergency room, not very effective way to do it, very expensive way to do it, and turn what looks like a hopeless liability into a great growth industry. On the dollar side, stop trashing the dollar, make it stable again. You know, we used to do it for 180 years, we've lost sight of it. An unstable dollar always means an unstable economy. It's like not having 60 minutes in an hour. It becomes very disorienting. And on the tax code, why not throw the whole junky thing out, all 9 million words of it, and have a simple flat tax where normal people can actually understand it and be able to focus instead of spending, as the IRS tells us, 6.5 billion hours a year filling out tax forms. Imagine if we could have that time for ourselves. Wonderful.
They need to stop thinking about investing, which is more of a tactic, and start focusing on saving. So putting money away month after month, year after year, and really just put it in a place where it's just going to grow over time. And too many people, I think, before the crash thought all I need to do is pick one or two good stocks and I'd be rich. And what we're really trying to explain to people is they have to save.
Many of those so-called unskilled workers, many of them are unskilled who come into this country. Why do they come in? It's not because we have great welfare benefits, although some may want to leech onto that. Most come here because they see an opportunity to expand, to flourish. And that's why entrepreneurs from Germany and other parts of the world, they don't get the headlines, but they come here if you want to do something. And as long as we don't erode that, and I think in the next 3 or 4 years we're going to turn that around, whether it's a stable dollar, reforming and simplifying our tax code, turning healthcare from something that is being wrecked by government to a true free market-oriented enterprise, turning a huge liability into a huge asset. We're going to be leading the world again.
We're the one country in the world that's truly innovative. If you think about any innovation that you use on a daily basis or that you admire, that you wish you had, the odds are that it was sort of invented here. Sure, we manufacture this stuff sometimes offshore, but at the end of the day, the entrepreneurship in the United States and the innovation and the creativity that goes on in a free society will always, in my opinion, outpace sort of what the bureaucrats in Beijing may think people need or things like that. So ultimately, that's a huge competitive advantage for us. And I think long term, we're going to work all these negative things out, and the U.S. is the place to invest.
I have to say, visiting with Steve Forbes was a highlight. He's a very down-to-earth, easy-to-know guy. And I hope you understand that this is what it's all about in St. Louis, sharing of information ideas brought to you exclusively through STL TV. Keep it right here as we help you experience St. Louis.